in for another episode of Coming At Ya. Coming At Ya, a podcast about the world of mixed martial arts, boxing, pro wrestling, coming at ya, and heavy metal music, with a slice of comedy for good measure. Coming at ya.
And we're back. Episode 183.
That's nearly 200 episodes.
It's just shy of.
Just shy of. We're like in the home stretch to 200,
We're so close.
but so far away.
183rd show. Second show on YouTube Live.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
So we're still mastering it, but I think we nailed the start this week. Last week it was a little patchy. Don't you think? A little rough.
With every week, we get better and better.
We got our special guest in the room, Nick Grinnups.
Yeah, thanks for having me back on, guys.
Nick works for Sure Dog. He's also a stand-up comedian.
Underwear model.
I did not know that Nick did underwear model.
I don't get paid for it, but I do
Just
it.
free.
I do it for sure. Bullet's looking like he lost some weight. He's wearing a dress tonight in honor of the weight loss.
Bullet is wearing a dress. Is that not a correct term for it? Why don't you stand up and show everybody? Why don't you show yourself off a little bit?
With the belt?
No belt. Just stand up. We only need to do this for a second. He's got a kilt on.
What I'd like to have right now is for all... Channeling Rick Rude right here.
What's the thing on the front called?
This is a spurrin.
A spurn.
Yeah, spurrin. And then I've got my kilt pin right here. And then I've got matching flash. And
Did you stop anywhere on the way here?
yes,
Where'd you go?
well, I had to go get some soda. But here's the funny
Headphones.
Here's the funny story about that.
Did you go to, like, Shewa?
Yeah, as I got out of my car, this lady looked at me, and she was like horrified at first until she saw my spurn and was like, okay, that's like Scottish or Irish stuff. Because she probably thought, she's like, it's one of those Transformers I hear about on the news that think they're women.
Transformer.
Right?
What if you had your hair down, like from the back?
I would be an ugly
That'd be
broad.
great if some dude just came up and be like,
I got a matching tie.
you're hitting the picture on
I got a matching tie,
You're
too.
like if some dude likes big chicks and he's looking at you from behind and comes up and puts his hand on your butt cheeks.
But my whole thing is,
Do you fight it?
no.
You just let it happen?
You have to
Or-
at that point.
Make him buy you a drink.
Holy shit.
It dented your fucking ceiling, dude.
I did dent my ceiling.
Holy shit.
Good stuff.
No,
Potent.
I'm wearing a universal tartan. This is for the Black Watch, which is a part of the military out in Scotland. My family is from Scotland.
What made you put it on today?
I've been looking forward to doing this episode all week. It has been a very painful week for me, like literally painful.
Foot-wise?
My entire body, dude. I've been in a lot of pain.
2 minutes. Mark the time, Todd.
What, for like my foot pain? Yeah. And you.
How many pounds are you down?
You're looking good.
Thank you. I didn't weigh myself yet. I'll weigh myself on Saturday. But like it's pretty much, it's starting to slow down a little bit, but I'm like 55, 60.
And Nick, he's actually starting to get
One chin.
comments on Facebook and Instagram about his handsomeness.
Wow.
I don't know, dude.
So-
I mean, I won't now that you're here.
I'm not going to lie. You're in the club now.
Am I?
Right? Yeah. You're like, what's a new member in the gang? Like a prospect?
Yeah.
We'll see if you keep the weight off. If the weight comes back, kick
Doesn't
you
get a
back out.
patch. You don't get a patch
He's
yet.
not full patch yet, Nick.
It's always weird when people will do that, because I think you said that somebody gave a comment that I was looking good, and then you showed them a picture of what it looked like in January, and they were like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit!"
Like, what happened to that dude?
Yeah,
But no, and even after that, she's like, oh, he's handsome.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
so,
see it.
So I tell Bullis that,
Okay.
right, Nick? And immediately his head gets bigger than it is, right? So he goes,
It's a big fucking dome.
So he goes from a 5-gallon bucket head to like a 55-gallon drum instantly. And he starts doing the Ric Flair voice. He's like, I'm sorry, like doing whatever he's talking about. He's handsome. And I shut him down. I'm like, dude, you're just dipping your toes in the pool that I swim in all day.
Just to be, hey, sometimes exciting just to get to the beach. You know,
That's
be in
right.
The water,
There you
know what I
go.
mean?
Do you want me? Do I got to talk about how good looking I am? I mean,
I would think so. I think that you don't need the belt for it.
I need
Do
to
it.
go
All
for
right.
it.
But in all honesty, now that you can see his face and everything again, like I'm actually hearing stuff from other people saying, "Hey,
He looks good.
Yeah, he's like a diamond under the coal. Like you finally find
Well,
it.
you got that whole different look, you know what I mean?
It
That
should
long hair,
come
the
to
tats.
no surprise that the talk around the world is how good looking I am. Long limousines, the prettiest women, woo! The best drinks, the finest clothes. That's all I got.
Welcome to the club, though.
Thank you.
So we patch him up later, right?
Catch him up later.
Yeah. Prospect patch on your vest.
Yeah.
Or on your, what's the thing on the front?
My spurn.
On the spurn.
My spurn.
Put the patch on the spurn.
My spurring.
On the spurn.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how it goes. You stick with it for a while.
I feel
You get promoted.
I feel honestly very weird about it. I
you
don't
feel like a piece of meat now?
No, I don't say it because some people are like I don't really see like if this cocksucker's like I don't really see what people find attractive about me. Fuck off.
No, we had that conversation.
we
already,
did.
So he's not going to say.
But
it.
I really you know what it is, dude. Like you look at your own ugly mug all the time. Like you're just like I'm fucking I don't see it.
But there's times
It feels nice.
when you look at yourself and you're like, I look pretty good, right? And that's a selfie moment.
I've noticed
right?
my
you
leg.
do that, Nick?
No,
Like
I
you're
don't
like,
do that.
you know what? I feel particular good today.
Dude, there's some days you wake up and you're...
I look good when I'm wearing cowboy boots. I feel like I look better with cowboy boots.
But Bullet was making fun of me a while ago. He's like, your selfie number per week is pretty high. And we were talking about it, and it turned out he really is just fat guy angry,
It's fat guy angry.
right?
It's kind of like when people make fun of me for my hair. They're just follically challenged.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
So he finally admitted that, and then he loses weight, and now we're starting to see more selfies of him. He's much more pleasant to speak to.
Hey,
He's
that's what it's all about.
I
much
think-
more positive.
I will say this: winning, just like losing, is a habit. And when you get in the habit of having, little small victories throughout the day, you're feeling better, your clothes are fitting better, you're eating better, you're having better interactions with people, your
People
thoughts
aren't
are better.
disgusted
It
by you when they're
beco-
speaking to you.
Yeah, it becomes like this pattern of good shit, and just the opposite can happen. And I was stuck in it for a real long time of just a lot of negative shit.
It's hard to speak with somebody when they're dry heaving because of your appearance.
I don't think that ever happened. Maybe because of my smell, but definitely not because of my
You
appearance.
ever have somebody just give you the once over real quick, but they don't make any kind of a reaction? They're just like, and then they just keep going.
Yeah.
I had that happen the other day, and I was just like, what the fuck is that all about?
You want to ask them, be like, hey, what? are you
Yeah,
thinking
like what
there?
did you see? What did I miss? Is something going on here? I don't know what happened.
You are definitely a person that sizes everybody up in the room and like, I'll beat them up.
I don't do that.
You definitely do that. Stop it.
Although we did have a crazy guy come into our gym. He came in in the middle of the kids class the other day. It was his third time coming in. Walked in the middle of kids class when Cody's teaching class and starts yelling
That's the wrong
out
person.
onto the mat saying, "Where's my challengers at? No one here can take me. I'll come in here with my boys."
That's the wrong person to do that to.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Cody,
Well, one of the guys, Kenny, who's like a prison guard, he practiced all kinds of shit. Grabbed the dude.
is he
up
the
right
big
on-
dude?
No, that's a different Kenny.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, Kenny Berger.
Yeah.
But he snatched him up on the other arm and walked him out. And apparently this guy comes by the gym every day. Right?
Yeah, but you can't have that.
Well, they pointed it out to me. I didn't know about it until I saw the video yesterday. And I said to Jeff, I'm like, just so you know, this dude walks in, I'm fucking breaking him in half.
Jeff's another one. Jeff's one of those guys where I call like he's like a stealth dude. Like if you look at Jeff, you're like he looks
tall, lanky guy.
he looks like a tennis player.
Yeah.
No, he
really
does.
does look like a tennis
He
player.
looks like a guy who's like this dude plays tennis
or
and he-
swimmer.
a swimmer, and he would kick your ass 7 ways to Sunday
Break you in half.
and not even break a sweat.
And he's very strong.
I know he is. I used to roll with him. I'm speaking of rolling, I was cleaning some stuff out and I had one of my old geese, and it's the first time in a long time that I was like, God, I miss it just a little bit.
That was the one I always made fun of him for because it's red with white patches on it.
Yeah.
And when he was big and fat, and sometimes he'd have a beard, he looked like it was like a Santa Claus starter kit.
I looked like Rudolph's nose.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But it should fit you good now.
Yeah, it fits me good. I put it on and it was cool.
So the thought is to maybe get on the mat again at some point.
And yeah, I want to roll. I'd roll with you, and I know that you're like fucking Conan, and you love to smash people and all. But I would rather have someone. I would rather roll with someone that's mean and knows what they're doing than nice and not know what they're doing and accidentally hurt me.
Oh yeah, I would rather take the beating from somebody who knows.
My
what
whole
they're
thing is this: if anybody goes near my foot or ankle, I will shoot their fucking kneecaps out in the parking lot. I don't care. Period.
But the fact is that you're at a point where you're starting to consider that kind of stuff again.
I'm considering it just because I've noticed doing my exercising, definitely my yoga, that my ankle isn't screaming. So I don't think I could do I would have to modify some of my warm-ups. I wouldn't be able to run around and do all that
Yeah,
shit.
nobody cares about that though. As long
But-
we just are glad to have somebody in class, like a new body.
I don't know.
Which I like to call them victims.
Victims.
I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Right now, I'm just enjoying the fact that this week aside, I'm getting a little bit of strength back in that ankle. But
When you're watching, when you're doing your elliptical or whatever it is, do you watch anything on TV? Because I just came across a show that's fucking crazy.
yeah, I do. I watch some things. I've been lately this week though. It's been bicycling, and I've been listening to music. But usually I will watch something because I don't watch too many TV shows. I have a couple TV shows that I do watch.
Have you seen American Gods?
Yes,
Holy shit.
I read the book.
Talk about a fucking crazy first episode.
Read the book about 5 years ago because I was a big Neil Gaiman fan.
Okay.
He's written many books that I like, and I got into him in the 90s. He was he wrote the Sandman comic, which was really, really good. And
Like the Sandman that's in Batman?
No. Back in the 90s when DC had that Vertigo imprint, it was a little bit more mature
It's like
comics
Rain Man.
and all.
I don't know if Nick knows you're like Rain Man. It's all the shit that comes out of his head.
Well, the
And
reason
it's so obscure, nobody can call him out on it.
no,
You
it's-
don't know about it? He's like, okay,
All he has to do is
sounds
make sure
right.
he sounds like he knows what he's talking
the
about.
reason why I know a lot about a lot of dumb shit is because I don't watch a lot of TV shows. I subscribe to a thing called the Great Courses, and it's basically
Is American Gods on that list?
American Gods is definitely on the list, but it's basically college courses on random topics. So something might be on astrophysics, something might be on
You can
art
ask
history.
him anything about undersea welding, and he'll know it.
Is that true?
That was your last course, wasn't it?
No,
You gotta work with me a little bit here, bro.
it wasn't my last course. It was like 3 courses ago.
Now he's working with me.
Too late.
Jesus Christ.
Where's the camera?
But American Gods, like that thing just came out of the gate strong.
Yeah, there was the problem with a lot of these shows. What they did in that first episode, we're going to talk about spoilers.
Yeah, it's already been out for a few weeks. There's nothing we can do at this point.
A couple
And
of
if you're
things.
listening to us, shame on you.
I think a lot of times when they adapt a book, they try to make it accessible, and they're throwing a lot of shit at you.
Is it a single book?
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
novel.
so it's not like
No, it's a
like
novel.
Stephen King's It, where it's like a number of episodes or books.
No, Stephen King was a single novel, but it takes place in a universe and basically a world where certain characters overlap and all. But
Nick's amazed when you go like sidetracked for a second.
I'm just saying.
But it's a single book that the show
Yeah.
is based off of one book.
Exactly. As a viewer of television, one thing is very telling, especially in the first episode. If they try to make it bite size, it's like, okay, they didn't do that. That to me says they're investing in a long haul and a very
Yeah.
long story. Because there's a halfway, I'd say about 90% of that episode, a viewer can be, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, it was confusing for the first
You know?
I have to
episode.
rewatch it.
Did
Seriously.
you really watch
I'm
it
gonna
twice?
have to. I'm
Todd,
gonna
did
have
you
to.
watch it?
Y'all know who Mr.
No, I didn't.
Y'all know who Mr. Wednesday is, right?
Yes.
It's Odin.
I thought you meant like.
Are you ruining that
Actually.
for me?
But I don't think it was really ruined. I mean, it's pretty.
Or they might
obvious.
reveal it later. I never thought he was Odin. All I know he's the guy with a big hammer.
Why do you think he's got one eye?
I don't know.
He said he dropped it right there. I've got one eye. Odin, the Allfather, Wotan. He gave up his.
I don't know
his
anything
own
about
eye.
Odin though. I might later in the episode. So now you just ruined the whole show.
Sorry. That's why he said it's my day. I'm Mr. Wednesday. Wednesday, Woden. Wednesday is what?
Hey,
I just enjoyed the show. I didn't look
I
that
agree,
deep into
too.
it.
At the very beginning, when they're like, first is they talk about big titties.
Yeah, right,
And
right
then
off the bat.
I
that's
look-
it.
Oh, yeah,
Then I
no.
look up
Dude.
and I'm like, yo, what's going on there? And then all the arrows hit the guy. And I'm
Oh
like,
my, dude! When all those
I'm
fucking
in.
arrows hit the guy, it was like
I'm in.
100 arrows.
Like, I'm in.
He was like, and he falls down. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
I really like the fact that they injected a lot of humor in the Viking story, because one of the other shows that I watch is Vikings, and there's not a lot of humor in
No,
that.
but
So the fact that they they dialed up the violence to a ridiculous level.
It was like 100% right off the bat.
the one on the foot was the thing that cracked me up.
Well,
I like
imagine.
that.
You know what I mean?
I,
The arrow in the foot.
I like the dude that was sliced in half.
For those of the people that don't know, where do you watch this? Where can you watch it?
On
Stars.
Stars.
Yeah.
Or
I
you-
did ask Todd to watch it ahead of time so
iTunes.
he could join the conversation, but
He did.
again, he didn't prepare.
I had a
Yeah, you didn't really know that was.
concert
I mentioned it a
last
few
night.
days ago.
You didn't know that was Odin for real,
I didn't put any thought into it.
Mr. Wednesday, the days of the week.
Say it one more time. Woden,
Wotan.
Wotan,
Yeah.
Wednesday, One Eye, Hammer.
Well, Neil Gaiman recently wrote another book that I read. It was called Norse Mythology. Most of what people know about Norse mythology comes from the Poetic Edda. It's basically a collection of poems that talk about these heroic deeds of the gods and
Let's
whatnot.
stay on American Gods.
It comes back full circle.
Don't ruin anything for me. I want all this to be revealed.
I'm not going to ruin. It's not the most accessible stuff because Nordic poetry and Germanic poetry is a little bit differently. Neil Gaiman took a lot of those stories, made them accessible. I highly recommend that people pick up that book. Not the longest read, pretty good. The whole entire thing with American Gods is basically the reason why I think it works
Don't you ruin
as a
anything for me.
novel. I think the reason why it works as the novel as well as it works as a television show is in the second episode.
Nick hasn't seen the second episode yet.
Well, there's a scene in
okay.
this. There's a scene in the second episode where this one character basically says, he knows nothing of our world. So, as a viewer, if you're like, "What's going on?" You're learning about this world,
I was learning about
as-
Odin until you ruined it.
but you're learning about the world that they're creating through Shadow,
The-
the protagonist of the character, as he's becoming
is
more.
that Ian McShane?
No, Ian McShane is Mr. Wednesday.
Oh, he's Mr. Wednesday.
Yeah, Shadow Moon, the
Who's the
protagonist.
fucking dude with the hammer then?
Oh, Charnabov? That's a Russian. That's a Russian myth.
Okay, so they start out with the arrows. The guys on the beach.
Yeah, this isn't all Norse. You're going to see multiple
Oh no,
cultures
no.
and all.
The part that traumatized me the most.
Did you catch the guy with the fire for the eyes, the Jin?
Yeah. But the part that traumatized me the most is the black woman who they haven't even mentioned who she is yet.
Boquist?
They haven't mentioned who she is yet. So she's riding the shit out of this dude, and the dude just starts shrinking. Right? Am I right?
Powerful.
The dude gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then she sucks him up into her vagina.
Yeah, that. When I read the book,
And the guy's screaming like he's literally being sucked up into her vagina.
when I read the book,
Did they say that in the book?
Yeah, anybody that read the book when they found out they were doing this show,
Some good pussy.
because I remember I had a talk with my friend Jess, who's a really big fan of Neil Gaiman as well. I said, "There's no way they're going to do that scene," and she's like, "They can't do the scene." And
Sounds like they had to.
They did it, yeah.
Because that was crazy.
Dude, if
Yeah.
they want to scare teenagers from having sex,
Dude.
show them that scene.
Well,
Yeah,
what it
you-
can do.
you think about what that character is.
Fuck
is
getting them pregnant. You just get sucked up inside and die.
you get an idea for what that character's motivation is because she's a goddess.
Well, they haven't told us anything about her.
Well, you don't have to know anything about her to know that.
I don't want you to tell me anything about her.
I'm not, but you look in the second episode. She goes to a museum, and she goes to a museum, and there's a part where in this museum where it's dedicated to her, and she's seeing statues that were used to venerate her. They have all this stuff.
Why don't I remember that part?
I don't know.
I just watched both episodes yesterday. I don't recall
so
that
she's,
scene.
So she's in the museum, and she sees this really ornate jewelry thing, and then she imagines how she used to wear it and everything.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I didn't think
So-
she was in a museum. I thought she was in her home.
She's a character that I think Chris can very much relate to because she's starved for attention. But no, I mean, that's her motivation as a character is she wants to be worshipped. And that's what she kept saying, worship me. I want you to worship me.
Yeah, well, she swallowed two more people in the second episode.
Girls and guys.
It's crazy.
So you got another fan who read the book, Jeremy Salmon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Jeremy, you know Jeremy?
And he also mentioned Morse mythology was also a great book.
Yeah, Norse, and because he basically takes the Poetic Edda is it's not the easiest read. So Neil Gaiman basically takes those tales, turns them into accessible stories, and I liked it a lot.
I like the show. You put Ian McShane in anything?
Yeah,
I love it.
they're talking about
He's
now.
fucking
They're
awesome.
finally going to do a Deadwood movie.
Dude, that would be awesome.
They've been talking about it for years.
Is he in Westworld too?
No,
Why am I thinking he was in there?
That was a great show.
That show's
the
great,
Western,
too.
the Western thing.
Yeah. Have you watched Westworld?
Yeah.
That show's
great.
fucking
I
awesome.
could talk for hours about that show.
What's
I love
wrong?
that one.
I got so many shows I'm wrapped up in right now.
Vikings is one. Does anybody else here
Love
watch
Vikings.
I've heard great
I've
things
always
about
watched
it.
Vikings, but current shows that I'm watching right now, like stuff that's on the air, a new episode coming every week. Leftovers. You ever watch that show?
First
I
season.
can't watch it.
That show is fucking awesome.
Can't watch it.
Why?
It's too depressing. That's why I stopped watching The Walking Dead. It's too depressing.
So you don't like the sad stuff?
Wait, a guy getting swallowed up into a girl's vagina? Not depressing?
That's
Hey,
Bullet's dream.
If you're gonna go, you might as well go the same way you came into the world.
Every time Bullet's
true.
lost a new girlfriend, it's because he was on his back screaming, "Take me," and nothing happened.
You got a camera in my house?
But Leftovers is awesome.
Okay.
I think it's season 4. Just got done Man in the High Castle, which was phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah. Man in the High Castle. I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with the third season.
Sneaky Pete. Did you watch that? That
I-
show was great
No,
on
I
Amazon.
I watched the pilot.
You put Giovanni Ribisi in anything, he's good too.
The thing I like about Amazon specifically with their television shows that they do exclusively on Prime is they do a thing called Amazon Pilot Season.
Yeah,
And just-
I watched The Tick and the Jean-Claude Van Damme one.
And just like with, regular network shows or whatever, they basically are going, well, before we order this shit, do a pilot and we'll see if we like it. And they make it interactive. You vote on the shows that you want to have a full season order for.
Yeah, The Tick one went up like 2 months ago for the pilot.
It's being done.
And it's going to be done. It's not
Yeah.
going to come out till August.
Same thing with Jean-Claude Van Damme show. That's going to be
But
done.
Sneaky Pete, phenomenal.
And they don't skimp out on the first episode either.
No.
It's not like it's...
It's full
like a-
production.
yeah.
It's full production. I watched Bosch, third season.
Is that good?
Bosch is amazing.
That's the guy that was in Sons of Anarchy,
Yes.
right? He was the gang leader.
Yes.
Maybe.
See, originally, gang meaning from...
No, but he's a character actor. He's been in a ton of stuff. He's even doing Comcast business commercials for
I
a
know.
while.
He was doing the Walking Dead commercial
And
with
you know
the car
what?
for a
You know what's
while.
really cool about him, though? The actor who plays
Sad.
Bosch is he's really active on social media, and if you talk to him, he will reply.
Like on Twitter?
Yeah, because I remember at the second season, I said like, man, I read some of the Conley books
Right.
that the Bosch show is based on, and I can't, like, you've completely ruined it for me in the sense that whenever I read those books now, I completely see you. And he was like, oh man, thanks a lot. And I mean,
Yeah, that's
he was
tough
real-
sometimes.
well, because you have your own idea.
But it works the
no,
opposite
for
way,
sure.
too. Like, if you look on the shelf behind Nick, all the Star Wars books,
Yeah.
when I read those, I already have a visual in my head of every person that they're talking
Because
about.
those characters were portrayed by somebody before you had an
Right,
idea.
that's what I'm
of them.
saying.
Yeah.
So sometimes it goes the other way as well.
Sure.
How do you
Yeah.
have so many Star Wars books?
I'm a
many
huge
are
Star
there?
Wars fan. There's over 400 books.
my
I've
God.
read 96 of them.
I had no idea that
Yeah.
there were even books. of Star
Oh,
Wars.
do you like Star Wars?
Yeah.
I do.
Nick, you could borrow anything. I've just lent his son a book
Yeah,
a few weeks ago.
Explain to him the premise of that book.
So I just lent him a book, his son a book, which he hasn't even started reading yet.
He has not.
It's called Death Star.
Okay.
It takes place at the same time as Star Wars, but from the perspective of everybody in the Death Star.
Wow.
Yeah.
And these books came out before the movie?
No, the movie came out
Oh,
first,
okay,
and then
I'm
there's a
about to say,
whole.
okay,
it's
that's
all
why.
different authors too.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
it ranges from like 5,000 years before Star Wars to like 80 years after Star Wars.
Wow.
And there's different genres. Like if you, on the shelf, I have a couple that are
Right.
detective, like film noir type detective books.
I love noir stuff.
So there's some with Order 66 was given, and this guy, in order to survive, he's become a private detective, and he's got run-ins with Vader and some other guys.
Okay.
Then I got one called I think it's Red Troopers. So it's in a prison, and there's like a zombie outbreak. So there's horror ones. There's all different
Okay,
categories,
okay.
but they're all interrelated, and characters like will switch in and out.
I think that's what the success of Rogue One was.
Yeah, it's a one-off. Some of those are just single books.
What I mean by that is that you have you build this universe, you build this world of these iconic
You
characters.
can borrow any book, Nick.
right?
Yeah, man.
Did you see Rogue One?
I did.
Okay. So the thing that people really liked about Rogue One, and the thing I liked about it, was you have these big iconic characters. And Rogue One was like, you take some of these ancillary characters, some of these smaller level characters, and have them interact with them. But these big name characters aren't the focus. It's not their story.
Yeah, they're
you're-
side stories.
So you're occupying that world, but that's not the focus.
Like there's a book on the shelf behind you called Millennium Falcon, right? You gotta
Do you say
say
Falcon or Falcon?
Falcon.
I was about to say. All right.
Fuck, that's how fucking Han Solo says it.
How do you say sabotage? Do you say
Sabotage.
sabotage?
So, but the Millennium Falcon book or Falcon book is the ship is going through the line, right? And it somehow breaks off the moors and it has a life of its own. It does all this shit before somebody actually takes control of it. And then like 50 years later, it becomes Han Solo's ship. And towards the end of the books that I'm reading now, the ship's like 85 years old. So it's an old ship. And at one point, they paint it black.
Wasn't it
in one of the stories?
a Carillion cruiser?
Yeah, it was a YT 1300. But it's amazing because the books are like that, and you get all these side stories. Like I said, there's horror stuff. There's all kinds of crazy shit.
That's awesome. I had no idea.
But I love reading a book and then seeing the characters, and I also love
Compare what you envisioned it
exactly
to how they're being portrayed.
and going the other way too, where I know what all the characters look like. So when I read the books, I know what everybody should look like, or kind of how the environment should be.
What are some of your other shows that you watch?
I got something that's hot off the press.
Yeah.
I'm just about done Twin Peaks.
The new one?
No,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
25-year-old one.
Okay.
I was gonna start watching that, but the
Okay.
video at the beginning just seems so old. Like the
Hold
entry.
on.
When I
Hold on.
looked
It's
at it, I was
supposed to
gonna-
be like that.
Let me talk about Twin
Okay.
Peaks for
All
a
right.
second.
I
Don't
only
you
got one.
ruin it.
I only got one episode left.
I
How many episodes you watch?
I guess there's like 30.
it's,
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
I
All right.
I have had this talk so many
I
times
have to
with
watch it.
people. I've had this talk so many times with people about Twin Peaks. I'm like, look, get through the first 3 episodes, and then once you do, you're good. The thing about Twin Peaks is when you first step in there, you're like, is this for fucking real? Because the characters are
Don't
so
tell me
quirky
anything.
and odd. No, I'm
All
not
right,
at
I'm
all.
gonna watch it because the new one's coming out.
The characters are so good that I am so excited to see this new season, to see what they're going to do with it. The problem with Twin Peaks is once they solve the murder of, well, I'm not telling you to do it. The whole premise is the first season and a half were amazing. The second half of the second season was a pile of dog shit.
How many seasons is there so far?
2.
Okay.
The problem also on top of it is you had a movie that came out after
Twin
it was
Peaks, the
canceled.
movie?
Yeah, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me.
I
David
told you he's like fucking
David Lynch, the tone of the TV show was offbeat, quirky,
So it's not even the same
endearing.
tone in the movie.
completely different.
What?
Completely different.
Say what?
I know. I'm very excited though to see where they go.
So when does the
The
new one
problem
come
with
out?
at the end of May. The
Oh
problem
shit! I gotta get on that then.
the problem with
I
Twin
got a
Peaks
long weekend ahead of me.
was that a season finale turned into a series finale.
Okay.
So there was all
So it's
these
just-
open storylines.
And this is where they're gonna pick it up.
maybe.
Do you watch Black Sails? Phenomenal show. Do you watch that?
Yeah, great show.
That's probably
Well, it's
one of
over
my
now.
favorites.
It's over
I know. I just started watching this season because everything. I'm streaming everything.
I thought pirate hookers was an insulting term, but after watching Black Sails,
Oh, dude.
It's a compliment.
oh my god,
I got 3 more.
I wouldn't kick those pirate hookers
I got
out of
4
bed
more
for eating
episodes.
crackers.
I got 4 more episodes till I'm totally caught up. But I love that show. I love the music at the beginning with the violin. It's like like it just goes over and over again.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
You ever binge watch a TV show and then every time you hear that music, you just
Oh,
get back in
yeah.
that trance? Like
All the time.
I binged
the
watched recently Iron Fist, and I was
Yeah, we talked about it. Did you watch
very
Iron Fist,
unimpressed.
Nick?
No.
You're not missing nothing.
It's on
Netflix.
Netflix. And for the record, I don't watch any regular TV anymore except for like 1 or 2 TV shows like Goldbergs and
I
I think
agree.
In the Middle with the kids. The quality of the shows on cable now by far exceed anything else that's out there. And I'm talking HBO, Showtime, Stars, Cinemax, Netflix, and Amazon. And up until like a year or 2 ago, I never considered Amazon and Netflix on par with these other guys.
Yeah, they're.
I think they've
definitely-
exceeded them.
Well,
Nick was going to say something
No,
important.
I was just gonna say I feel like every cable or like an NBC, ABC, all those types channels all have like the same beat to their comedy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's all the
like
same
they always
shit.
Have like the same
Same
like,
cadence on the
pause,
commercials,
exactly.
like-
always pausing at the same time and always doing that, and then at least.
but there's a comfort in that because
that's
it's
what it is.
familiar.
Like
And if
Modern
you look,
Family, I'll watch.
if
it's a
you-
great show, but it still has the same.
if
beat
you
every
look at
time.
today's world with so much shit that's uncertain and everything is so crazy, there's a comfort to that of, you know, people go to TV and it's escapism.
Mhm.
So if you were like, yeah, but it's so familiar, that could be a selling point.
I'm not a commercial guy. I don't like commercials, so anything on cable I'll choose first.
It'll ruin your mood.
And the fact that Netflix and Amazon throw a whole season up at one time,
Yeah.
that's fucking
I don't
awesome.
like that, though, too, because here's the thing.
Sometimes I love it.
I like the fact that when Hulu did 11/22/63 with his stunt double, James Franco, I feel that I like the fact that it was coming out every Monday because it gave me something to look forward to.
I know. I like that,
and
too.
I think the fact that, like, when you binge watch something like, okay, for Breaking Bad, if you watched Breaking Bad when it was coming out and you followed the seasons as it gone, you lived with those characters. You spent time with them in your head. You imagined things.
Okay.
I think that when you binge watch something, it's a little bit of that's lost because it's so fast. You know what I mean?
Something like
So
I
for binge
watch-
watching, I don't necessarily always like to, like at the end of the month, I'm going to be binge watching House of Cards.
I binge
I love that
watched.
show.
Oh my
Love that
god!
I didn't watch Breaking Bad a single episode until it was on Netflix, and then I binge watched the whole season.
and that's not saying that you can't appreciate it.
Oh no,
but there's something to be said about living with those
if it's
characters.
a single season and you binge watch and you're done the first weekend.
I think it's a different world now. Like
What's
when
this
I
guy
was
talking into the mic?
Sopranos, I think I enjoyed waiting.
Who's
every
this guy? We never heard him
every
before.
month, every weekend to watch it.
Yeah.
This.
What do you think about? What are we saying, Nick?
I like things now the way they are.
I think like even like a good book, I like the option to maybe read 2 or 3 chapters at a time. You know, if it's going good.
I get
that's
you.
why if it, I think the
I
multiple,
won't buy a book unless there's like multiple books anymore.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a Star Wars book, I will. But I look and I say, if this is a single, like I'll check the reviews and then I'll look and see if it has.
Well, that's J.K. Rowling ruined it for everybody with that shit.
I'll see if it has multiple books because if I like it, I want to keep going.
It makes sense, but even I understand it has multiple seasons though, because I've done that before. You burn through the first season and you're like, oh man.
Nothing
I
pisses
know.
me off more than when I invest time into a television show and it gets canceled. Motherfucker. Like when they did that
You suck.
When they did that to Penny Dreadful, it broke my fucking
Did it
heart.
hurt you?
It broke my heart.
Did it hurt your spirit?
No, it broke my heart. Like I was pissed.
Really?
Yeah, I loved that show. I loved everything about it.
Because
from
that one didn't have a solid ending.
from the music. It did, but it was rushed and it
Yeah.
was bullshit. From the music to the set design to the costuming to the acting.
Everything was good about
The
that
fact
show.
that Eva Green did not get an Emmy is bullshit.
I love when a show can nail an atmosphere, like of whatever they're trying to do,
A tone.
a tone. Like you ever watch The Nick?
Ah, no.
It's about Knickerbocker Hospital in
Yeah, with,
the
what's
early
his-
1900s.
Clive Owen's in it.
Yeah, that show is fucking phenomenal. Every time he does a surgery, somebody dies. Like everybody's an experiment.
real.
Pretty much, yeah.
Is that how it is? Yeah.
and
back then.
and he watches it as well. But like Penny Dreadful, they nail the environment of
Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire.
Yes,
Same
that
way.
was a good one.
Fucking love that show.
Do you like period pieces?
If they're done right, like I love Mad Men. Like I love Mad Men.
You know what I like about
I
it?
could see that, yeah.
Is that you could watch Mad Men 20 years from now. It doesn't matter because it captured a time period.
Exactly.
Like if you watch something that's current, you're like, oh, okay, that's old.
Like-
Like Christmas Story every year. You
Yeah.
watch it, it's
Brings
set
it
in a
back.
certain time frame, never changes, but it was a time frame before whenever you were going to watch it anyway.
Who was the chick with the outrageously beautiful cans on Mad Men? What was her name?
Her
The redhead?
Her real life name?
The redhead?
Yeah.
Christina Hendricks.
The
That was
redhead?
it.
Is she the redhead?
Love her.
Yeah.
Was she in House
Nick.
of Cards?
Nick.
I don't think so.
Fucking love her, man.
Let's hear
Love
it.
her.
Let's hear it for outrageously beautiful cans.
Yeah. Oh, man, was that far
All
enough?
right. There you go.
Yeah, I love her.
Um,
I guess I don't love her that much because I don't know her name.
That's all right. I've just started recently watching that show to like fall asleep and stuff.
I
so
started
it's
watching
so
that
good,
show with
man.
my wife. I said, "Hey, let's watch this show together," right? And she's never turned me on to a show ever.
Wow. When
Like,
you said
ever.
when you said to a show, you saved yourself big time.
What do you mean?
Never turn me on.
To a show.
To a show.
I was like, where are we going with this?
So I've turned her on to a ton of shows. She's never turned me on to one. And my rule is, if I turn you on to a show, you can't watch ahead without.
She's
me.
a bad binger. She's a
She
selfish
watched
binger.
all 60 episodes. We watched the first 5 together, and then she watched the next ones over like the course of a week. And
messed
didn't
up.
tell me.
Did she at least try to lie and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that
No,
happened"?
she did that with Homeland, like 4 or 5 different shows. Like the other day, me and my son Aiden started watching Eat the World with Emerald Lagasse on Amazon. Fucking phenomenal, right? He walks out of the room. He's like, "Oh, I'll just watch it later." I mean, you didn't watch a shit without me. This is a show we're gonna watch together.
Dude, you have to. If you go in together, you have to stay together.
Exactly.
You do.
We had that with the Goldbergs. Like every Wednesday night, me and my 3 youngest kids watch the Goldbergs.
They call that destination viewing.
It was our thing, like where we would watch it together. And I come in one night on a Friday. We had missed Wednesday for some reason. And I come in and it's my wife and the 3 youngest kids watching the Goldbergs.
That hurts.
You might as well have stabbed me in the face with
That
a
hurts.
fucking
He
hot knife.
He gave that Indian tear. The trash.
It's just-
One
it hurt,
slowly.
Nick, it hurt so bad.
If you like period pieces like that, like Boardwalk Empire, but you want to jump across the pond, there's a show on Netflix called Peaky Blinders.
I wasn't able to get past the first episode.
Oh, you are a cunt.
I feel you have to
Dude,
give
with the mouth.
any series that someone recommends. That you got to give it 3 episodes.
Peaky
because of the
Blinders.
character development.
Any show.
What's the Amazon one where they live near the beach and there's 3 seasons? I think
Any show that begins with Nick Cave and uses Nick Cave Red Right Hand for the theme song, I'm in it.
How does that song go?
You really want me to sing it?
Yeah. I know you got a good singing voice. Let's
Hold on,
hear it.
give me a
Spell
sec.
something out.
Huh?
Give me a sec.
Are you gonna play it?
Oh, it's right on you, man.
I'm going to add a little bit of echo
Sing it.
to my thing. Would you please shut the fuck up so I can
I
add a
need
little,
you to speed it up a
add a
little
little bit of echo? There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Honeycutt.
I forget how the song goes now.
Oh, I'll turn the fucking echo down, dickweed.
My name is Chris.
All right, come on, let's keep moving it.
Oh, sorry.
He's gonna dick around for 20 minutes.
Sounded good.
But yeah, you turn somebody onto a show and they fucking stab you like that.
That's wrong.
hurts.
It's totally wrong.
I mean, that's up there with her sucking someone else's dick.
I would prefer that. Seriously.
Depends how good the
that's
show
how.
is.
Yeah, that's how upsetting it was. Like Homefront, I loved with Damian Lewis, and 2 seasons we watched together.
Isn't he on Billions now?
Yeah, I love Billions too.
Billions is good.
Billions is fucking awesome.
Billions is good.
And you know who I love on Billions is the guy who's his main assistant, like the second in command, with the guy with the curly mustache.
Yeah.
That dude's fucking awesome. But I turned her on to Homefront, did the same thing. Mad Men, same thing. There's like 5 or 6 shows that I've turned her on to, and she's just fucking
She's
me
not
over
faithful.
every fucking time.
She's not faithful.
It's upsetting. Do you ever do that with your girlfriend?
We do watch shows, and luckily she's faithful.
She's
to me,
never
yeah.
turned on you like
not
that?
yet. I mean, we just moved in together, so she's still in that
Oh,
phase.
wait a minute.
Oh,
Hold on.
Hold on now.
Pump the fucking brakes.
Hold up now.
Hold on.
Off
Hold
the
up now.
market. Off the market.
We got questions now. Did she move into your place?
So
How long have you been dating?
I've known her since I was like 13 years old.
Oh, that's precious.
Hold on. There goes that tear again.
You said you weren't going to do it. You said you weren't going to do it.
And
So
she moved up to Philly, so
were you? Hold on a second.
Okay.
When did I picture her behind Nick and they're on the front of the Titanic, his arms out?
so
king of
did
the
she
world?
move into your place
we moved into a new place.
together?
Yes.
Oh, so you're fucked.
You agreed upon a new place ahead of time.
Yes.
You're fucked.
So, at 13, did she move away at 13?
No, we went to high school together.
Okay.
And then she went to Virginia Tech. I went to Drexel. So
Okay.
Wait a minute. So you guys knew each other.
yes, in middle.
You
Did
were
you
around
date in high school? In
yeah.
grade school?
Yeah, we did it in.
Well,
Is
off and
she your
on.
first
School.
bang?
She was.
Hold on, I'm gonna start crying again.
Holy
I love it.
For real?
For real.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Good
Nice.
for Nick.
So you guys
you.
got a place together.
Yes. Renting. Didn't buy one.
Here, dog-
yeah, but-
the dog's upstairs howling right
Yeah,
now.
I know. Fuck you, critic.
So you guys dated through high school, broke up for college?
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Okay.
on and off in college.
How did that conversation go? You're like,
Honestly, we've always been pretty, for some reason, mature about
Pretty
it.
honest with each
Honestly,
other.
it didn't even matter. I mean, like, she did her own thing. I did my own thing. You
Right.
know? So, can't really.
you're just getting the echo off of banging the table.
My bad. Just getting excited, you know?
I'm just so happy to be in
broadcasters
love.
here. This guy's talking about banging. He's like, fuck it.
So, as soon as college was over, you guys got back together.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Did you ask her what she did in college?
No, I mean, it's whatever.
I'm just.
You know?
I'm not trying to start fights.
Don't want her to, you know.
trust me, Nick's probably got a fucking list a mile long. You see them the dimples?
I know.
Huh? You're just getting into this pool with the two of us.
Look.
Philly's a big city.
Bullet's got the swimmers on right now. He's
true.
he's
I got
walking.
those little
he's
swimmies.
He's getting into the pool.
I can feel my feet are touching the bottom.
So,
Oh, you twat.
you guys just recently moved in the last couple weeks?
No, January.
Okay.
January.
So when you were on the show a couple weeks ago with your map poster in the back, was that a gift from her?
So that's it. That's her map in the basement.
She's like, I'm gonna decorate the basement, Nick,
To tell
and
you
she
the
hangs
truth-
this one little poster, and she's like,
Dude,
done.
I'm not gonna lie. She decorated like pretty much every. We have a pretty similar taste. Honestly, There's some things where she like.
Nick loves maps.
Yeah, even above the bed, she hung up like it looked like a dream catcher that caught like ponies and fairies, and I was like, no, that can't go on there.
Well,
She goes,
you gotta
"I
draw a line
understand." She's like,
somewhere,
I
Nick.
understand.
Well,
So,
what
like, she's
what
okay.
it is you're wise beyond your years
Thank
because you know that you got to pick and choose your battles. You can't fight everyone. You got to pick and choose what hill you're going to die on. And if you're like, whatever, just decorate.
Nick,
You
I
got
just
good
bought
taste.
$2,000 worth of washer and dryer for my laundry room,
There you go.
and my whole thing was like, just go buy it. She's like, no, I want us to pick it out together. I'm like, okay. So I drove 90 miles from where I was in the afternoon for a sales call to go see her, and I get there, and she's like, I like these two. That was the end of the conversation.
Yeah, but you spend time with her. You spend
To
time with her.
spend time, I was being miserable because I drove 90 miles to look
You know-
at something that she was just going to buy anyway.
You know what? You give her a bad rep. I think part of the problem is you.
Oh, I'm sure 99% of the problem is me. So when you guys before you moved into your apartment together, you were living
In
at
Philly.
home?
No, I was in Philly.
Okay.
Home for me is DC.
with roommates?
Yeah.
Okay.
My friends from college.
Okay. And then she was living with friends as well, or she was
Yeah,
living
she's
at home?
living with friends in Arlington, which is right by DC.
Okay. So is that where she's from?
Yeah, we're both from
Did you
Northern
grow up in
Virginia.
DC?
I'm from Northern Virginia.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that about Nick.
Yeah, from Northern
How
Virginia.
the fuck did you wind up here?
I wrestled at Drexel.
Yeah, I know that, but he just never left. Like, Nick
it
got
was
invited to the party, and he's
My-
like, I'm staying.
My parents are from Langhorne.
Oh,
growing up with
okay.
all
So
bunch of
they
Chamonix.
lived in...
So he lived there.
What
and
year
my-
did your parents graduate?
Y'all want to stop banging the fucking table?
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, you know how
What
much
year
work
did
you're
your
creating
parents
for me?
graduate?
I mean, they were 60. My parents.
Okay. So
I
about
was-
Todd's age.
So you have ties to this area.
Yes.
You grew up in the South. You're a Southern boy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
I can see it.
yeah, I mean a little bit. I'm not.
DC's not considered Southern.
Yeah,
it's
I
below
mean,
the Mason-Dixon, but it's
You're
like
from
New York.
Virginia.
Yeah, everybody's
Northern
in
Virginia.
Yeah, you still
People
though.
will say I'm from Virginia or I'm from Northern Virginia, and there's
Northern
two
Virginia is
there's-
right on the edge of
Even
DC, like
still,
Arlington.
I got a lot of
Totally
family in Georgia and Macon.
Georgia's totally different.
You gonna talk shit on Georgia?
Uh-huh.
So,
I am.
so hold on. So Nick,
Not Georgia, but
you
most
guys,
Southern.
you guys moved in together in January.
You know what's wrong with the South, dude?
There's nothing too wrong with the South except for illiteracy,
Too wrong.
obesity.
Hold on for a minute.
I'm telling you, the
Nick's
South.
got a whole laundry
I'm
list.
telling you, the cities in the South are great, but there's a lot in the South where you're like, man,
Have you ever gone to Western Pennsylvania?
I haven't. I'm not saying it's just the South. There's a lot of parts of America, but
So,
the South itself.
by
is
your
just-
description of
Let's
Southerners,
leave
I would
Macon,
say,
Georgia out of it.
I would say Bullet is from the South.
You do realize that I do have guns on me.
Where'd
You're
you
from
hide
the
them? Up
South.
your asshole? Oh shit! Nick, get out! Hurry up! It's dangerous. So when you guys moved in together, right? All new furniture.
No, so we lucked
What
out.
did you have to get rid of? What did she look out of your shit and
Dude,
just
I
say,
pack
this ain't
light.
working out?
I pack light. I really do.
Just in case.
Did you have to hide your
flesh?
fleshlight?
Nick showed up with his
I threw it-
stick,
I had to throw it
with
out.
his handkerchief, with all of his shit in the back of it.
Seriously. But no, it wasn't too bad. I mean, my parents were actually redoing their house. Got a lot of the old
Oh,
stuff.
so you got some stuff from them.
So I got lucky, man. Yeah, I got very lucky. But yeah, I mean, did you find, you get a nice cooked meal. You got someone to come
Is
home
she a good
to.
cook?
She is a good cook. So, and I just got a grill for my birthday. It's been grilling out. So just been.
Where did you move to?
I live in a Queen Village in Philly,
Okay.
Oh, you're right by South Street.
right by South Street.
Yeah,
Love
So
South
we got to
Street.
go down and hang out with Nick then.
Seriously,
Money.
coming out.
Shit.
Love
Your girl must be making money then.
She does well.
What does she
Yeah.
do?
She works for CHOP.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Children's Hospital.
Yep.
That's
All
awesome,
right.
man. That's
For
a great
sure.
place.
Good for Nick. Good
You should
score,
support
Nick.
that
Trying,
place.
man. Trying.
Good score, Nick.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We
I had a musician buddy.
Should
that lives
take
in
a
Queens
moment
Village. I love that place. It's
and
nice.
talk about what we always talk about. Anybody who doesn't know, Bullet and I, every week we mix in some mixed martial arts. Our good friend Nick over here, who is a comedian, very funny.
Freelance journalist.
freelance journalist for SureDog.com. And Nick writes the
Prospect
Prospect
Watch.
piece,
Yep.
Prospect Watch.
All good.
So, and we're actually going to be bringing Nick to the fights on June 23rd.
You gonna come out with us?
I would love to.
Extreme
I really
Cage Combat. Bullet and I are announcing it again.
He's not announcing.
No. He's
No,
just
no.
going to be a guest.
I
We're
just
going to
wanna
introduce
come.
him to some folks. He's
Fuck, trying to take my.
going
spot.
to do some interviews. he's going to talk to some random fighters.
Please.
And actually, for that card,
Can
by
we
the
go
way.
out partying after that?
Yeah, let's get some
let's do it.
beers. for
Nice.
sure.
We're gonna be right by Chicky and Pete's. We're gonna be right
What's
by.
the date on that? Isn't it? It's
June 23rd.
June. Cool.
It's at the Armory in Philadelphia.
Oh, nice.
Helen's looking good.
Helen always looks good.
We're gonna go hiking.
And she's getting fit. You're going hiking?
Yeah, she wanted me to go hiking with her.
Oh, well, you're the last guy I want to go hiking with because you're the guy that brings the shovel and the lime and all the other
The
shit.
duct tape.
He's got a tranquilizer
Hey,
gun.
don't worry about this.
Some
That's all we got.
chloroform.
If need be.
So June 23rd, we're going to be at the Armory in Northeast Philadelphia. Extreme Cage Combat 26.
Oh, wrong music.
26 or 27? Which one is it? 26?
28.
28. Extreme Cage Combat 28. We have our champion.
Producer producing.
Our champion is fighting a champion from Ring of Combat.
And
Yo,
here-
let's go.
and
It's
here-
a champion versus champion.
And here's the
Oh,
thing.
wait. Do you know?
I think it's 155 or 1.
I'm not exactly sure, but the only thing I know is this:
We'll send you the deets.
Please.
it's that we will get into a parking lot fight
Let's
with
go.
anybody that we need to get into from Ring of
Let's go.
Combat.
We're going to be there. We're going to be announcing. Maybe we'll let you sit in for a fight or two. Todd might come to this one as well.
Here's the other thing: is there's a lot of people that, and I think this is important. It's very important to support local level stuff.
Oh, it's huge.
The thing about XCC is this: it's Pennsylvania's longest running mixed martial arts promotion.
And Bullet and I are the announcers.
Number two, there are so many good fights that are going to be on this card. So many good fights.
It's stacked.
You've
Like,
got. You've got.
we get a lot of guys that repeat on fight cards because there's probably every 4 months.
You've got UFC
That's awesome.
veterans coming out of retirement for this fight.
Yeah, like some of these guys.
Do you know?
Who's on the
I was
card?
curious.
Oh, he's gonna.
I
Shit, he's
didn't
gonna
either.
break it out.
But dude, that's exciting.
Breaking up the Google
did Paul
machine,
Felder
ladies
used
and
to be in
gentlemen.
that?
Yeah,
I remember one of my friends. He was amateur fighter.
we got Ryan and Helen run a phenomenal show.
That's awesome.
The show, I'd say, was like a 9 before, but once they threw Bullet and I in there, it's like a 15.
There you go. Zoomed it up.
They're a Levittown 6 without us. They're a Yardley. They're a Yardley 8 with us.
Oh, okay.
Oh
okay.
shit!
Yeah,
But but this show is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be on the Boulevard. We're going to bring you. Todd's going to come and just do whatever he does. Just sit there.
Dude, there's so much stuff.
I know we're not going to spend a whole lot of
well,
time on
well.
because it's a huge UFC card this weekend.
But
huge.
there's a lot of stuff with XCC that I really suggest that everybody come out. It's going to be at the Armory, right by Southampton Road.
It's
in
a
the
great
Boulevard.
show.
It's a great card. You're going to have a really good mix of talent there. Support your local level stuff.
there hasn't been an event yet where I haven't had a good time. Like we get the best seats,
Yeah.
for sure.
but every one of those events I would
And
have
you know
paid
what?
for because
I'm going to take
it's
this
fun.
opportunity to say something here.
You're going to say thank you?
We want Ryan to come on the show. We're going to put public pressure on Ryan to come on this show.
Yeah.
Get on, Ryan. What's he doing?
Let me tell you something.
He's got some stories.
I honestly feel that if Ryan came over here and did the show, it would end like the movie The Hangover, like where some crazy shit would
I
happen.
feel like somebody.
Your wife-
Chow, you fuck on Chow.
I'm so happy that dude likes us, and like, cause he's so awesome.
You know how he
though,
got
dude.
started?
Yeah.
His first event was Cops versus Criminals.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
would
I
pay-
forget the name of it, but it was a cage fight with guys who were cops versus guys who just
Criminals.
came out of prison.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or
That's
criminals.
genius.
Yeah.
That's genius.
That is
But
genius.
they between Helen and Ryan, they always take care of us.
Yep.
They always put on good cards, and even if
And you know what we
I-
do for them? Other than the normal stuff, we take away their stress.
yeah,
Like we're the only guy. Like every week, every time, it's like everybody else is fucked up, and then
And I'll
Bullet
take-
and I are just in the middle of the storm,
I'll take full credit for
sitting with our
that.
arms out, just sucking it all in.
I'll take full credit
Do
for that.
massages
Nah,
out.
but they're great. But like we show up, we try to be prepared and professional, and
Sure.
you have a certain expectation out of us where you're gonna get whatever you expected, right?
It's kind of like it's a really good cake, and we put the icing on it.
Oh yeah,
With sprinkles.
and Bullet's
You
spreading
gotta
around
have
with his
icing.
balls. He's just got him in his hand. He's
Do
like,
you want to see them? Because
no, I'm solid. But this week's UFC card is fucking huge.
Hold
Probably
on.
best
It's
of the
probably
year.
one of the best
of the
one-
year.
and they always say that. Like this is the best card
Yeah.
we've had
No,
all
this
fucking year.
Definitely is.
This is the best card. feel like I should be running fast. Hello! And we're back!
All right, we're doing this. We're
Todd, do you have the list of the fights? And from everything I understand, I didn't look at the whole card yet. I've heard a number of the names on the card. It's fucking phenomenal.
You can probably skip the prelims.
You can the prelims on Fox?
Yeah.
Or the
No,
Facebook
Fight
prelims?
Pass. Fight
Fight
Pass.
Pass. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, I can always skip
Eddie
that.
Alvarez is the card is so
Dude.
stacked. Eddie Alvarez.
We're gonna
is
go
on a
through it?
Fucking prelim.
We're going to fucking call it out, and we're going to make some bets for some drinks.
Let's do it.
Right? Last
Love to.
time you were here, had some bets with him. He had to pay heavily.
I love
Right?
it. Good.
By far,
Pretty good.
my knowledge, my
Superior knowledge.
fight IQ is higher.
Superior knowledge.
Superior.
Get the fuck out of here.
Superior.
Get out of here. You want to talk about knowledge?
You say you're 172 IQ? I think you're 17.2.
Watch this dumb fuck try to pronounce a name that's not Tim Smith. You want
It's
to
Tim Smite, by the way.
And the only one who's worse than him
Is
is
this guy
fucking Baby
over here.
Huey right here.
What's his name? Bobo Fett?
Yeah.
So give us the first fight on the card. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on each fight until we
know.
get to the
Okay.
main ones.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Reyes versus Vic.
Who cares?
I like Vic.
Vic's tall.
Michael Vic?
I like Vic.
Michael Vick. Good guy.
He's a big dude for that division, too.
He's tall.
Rub
Yeah.
a little bit on my chest when I got a call.
I think he wins.
I think he wins as well.
Then we got
Bullet?
Go ahead, Bullet.
What?
Are you gonna pick?
Are you going to pick?
Yeah, Vicks, because I rub it on my chest when I
Oh,
got a
okay.
call.
All right. Hey, guy. Take it easy, guy.
I got Vic as well.
Okay. Give us the next one.
Gordon versus Quiones.
What's Gordon's first name?
He's got big Quiones.
I'm going to go with him.
I'm going to go with Keonis as well because Todd can't pronounce
Cajones. I'm going to go with Cajones.
it.
The
Cajones.
nuts. Give me the nuts.
Skelly versus Knight.
I don't know either one of those guys. But
I'm going to go with Skelly because
I always go with
Skelly.
Skell was the name of one of my bands.
I'm going to go Knight. I'm going Knight.
Nice.
I'm gonna go Knight as well.
It's tough. Yeah.
This is good. Alvarez versus Poirier.
Love it.
Alvarez all day long.
I don't know, man.
All fucking day.
I'm pulling for Alvarez.
Poirier's good. Ever since he got his ass whooped by McGregor,
and Johnson.
he's a changed dude.
And Johnson knocked him out.
And
cold.
Johnson.
Johnson. He's changed his attitude a little
The
bit.
thing
He's-
is this:
he's
they're
not-
both coming off embarrassing losses. They both have a whole hell of a lot.
Who
to
did
prove.
Alvarez lose to? He lost to McGregor.
Yeah,
Got
That was his last fight?
That was
Yes.
the last
How
fight.
long ago was that?
Almost
6 months, 6, 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Feels
think
like
Poirier's
forever ago.
Poirier's fought since then.
Poirier beat Miller.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a
Last
question. Is it an embarrassing loss to lose to Conor McGregor?
Just the way he did. Just because he got.
Oh, yeah, he got
How it
lumped up.
happens.
There was a
What,
couple
what, he got
memes with
dropped
the
four or
fucking...
five? What did he get
He
dropped
was
4 or
everywhere.
5 times in that fight? You know.
I think that
But McGregor's on a higher level. He's
Hey,
like
oh.
Demetrius Johnson. Like, there's nobody even
Any-
touching him in the division.
any time that I think, you know what? It's not even that. I think that it's not like Eddie Alvarez went out there and they had a war. Eddie Alvarez is a better fighter than he showed in that McGregor fight.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
That's the embarrassing part, is that he got suckered in and he didn't fight his fight. And
But you know what I like? After the fight, in the interviews, he admitted it right away. He gave props.
I don't know.
He just he said he didn't do his game plan.
Yeah.
He said,
So
both guys hit hard. I think both guys have great hands.
who's got the bigger heart?
I think the key in this fight will be the wrestling of Alvarez.
and he's great against the fence. I got Alvarez by decision.
I got Alvarez as well.
Alvarez.
All day
Now,
long.
is this the first time that two guys that got beat by Connor?
Or fighting,
fighting?
each other. That's a great question. It might
Maybe.
be,
But
honestly.
Alvarez has got something to prove, I'm sure, after his last performance.
for sure. If he wants another title
And
shot.
Dustin Poirier is no joke. You
No,
can't
he
sleep
can
on
throw
that dude
hands
at
and-
all.
Yeah, I agree. Great
At the
fight.
end of the day, you can't take away Eddie's credentials. However,
no, he was one of
it's
the
like
best
you
of all time,
said,
seriously,
he's got a lot to prove right here.
I'm
This
pumped.
is the rest of his career right now.
without a doubt.
All right, main card: Jocko versus Branch.
So David Branch is
Who's the
from
other name?
World Series of Fighting.
Jocko.
Yeah.
He's a two-time
J-O-T-K-O.
champ. I'm pumped to see him. He's older though. He's older.
Yeah, he's got a lot of miles on him. However,
He's good.
this is his first fight with the UFC,
First,
correct?
he was there back in the day.
Back, yeah, but
And then he got cut.
First
and,
one in
you
a
know,
while.
Yeah, for sure.
so I don't know if UFC jitters will play a factor. However, I'm gonna go with him anyway, just because I want him to win. I'm betting with my heart
I agree. I want him to win too.
because it's a good story.
Exactly. And
He got cut.
and he's a military guy. I think
That's
too.
what I mean.
think. You know, I like the story.
I'm going to go with the
you know.
good story as well.
You got to.
I don't know the story, but you both seem pretty enthusiastic about it, so I'm going to follow that.
I like that story. We got Edgar versus Rodriguez.
Love
Oh,
it. Love it.
this
Love it.
this is the best fight of the night.
I agree. It's stylistically too.
And this is
oh,
on the
it's great.
undercard?
No, this
No,
Or
this
is
is
the
the main
first
card.
fight on the main event?
No, this is the second card. Of the main card.
Still a second fight
Second
on the main
card.
event.
I told you the first fight was Jocko versus Branch.
That's the
okay,
first one on the
so
main, yeah.
second fight on the main card.
Correct.
You said second card, main card.
Same time.
Jesus Christ, it's the second fight on the main card.
Listen,
Let's
he
go.
barely speaks English.
You
He's
know
doing
what,
a
man?
great job with the mic this week.
I think that Rodriguez is Yair is riding a lot of notoriety. He's got a lot of that spotlight on him. But guess what? Frankie Edgar's
You
been
can't
there.
count Frankie out of that.
Frankie
And,
Edgar has been in that exact spot that Yair's in right now, and you know,
1,000 times.
Frankie Edgar is battle tested. He's double tough. He's tougher than a $2 steak in a fucking diner in Hoboken, New Jersey. He's not going to get stopped. I think that the reach is going to be a big.
How
big
how
factor
tall
in
is
this.
Yair?
They did the face off, and he looked like 4 or
He
5 inches.
looked
honestly.
a lot bigger than him.
Frankie's probably what 5'6".
Now that could play into it because look, Yair knows what Frankie's going to do. Frankie is going to try to get a hold of him and take him down, but
Frankie's got good hands though.
he's got good hands. But you could have the best
Distance.
fucking hands in the world. The distance is good. He's going to have to be willing to pay the price to get into the real estate for him to be able to work his hands.
And if anyone's willing to do it, I think Frankie is.
I
Sure,
think
he's
for
willing.
sure he's the guy.
willing, but he's got to work his angles. He's got to work a lot of feints, and he has to keep Yair guessing. Is he stepping in to throw? Is he stepping in to shoot?
Yeah, he's gonna have to mix stuff up
Yeah.
for sure. But I'm taking Frankie Edgar in that for sure.
Frankie.
Are you
Frankie.
double taking? You said Edgar a minute ago.
How old is Frankie now? 35.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
But
with,
if you look at the top guys for the
I
last
agree.
10 years, guys are in their 30s,
And
mid
he's-
30s
yeah.
at best. I think it's mental. That's when the mental part and the physical part
I'm gonna go with Frankie.
kind of meld.
I'm gonna go with Frankie.
Got to go Frankie too, but I mean, I think a flying knee or spin kick away from that's
Yeah,
the scary
sure,
part. So, but
sure.
I
Frankie,
agree. I'm gonna go
decision.
Frankie as well.
If Rodriguez beats him,
That's huge.
his
for,
stock.
He has
His
a chance
stock's
to fight
going.
for the title, maybe.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Edgar has everything to lose. Yair has nothing to lose and everything
Bullshit.
to gain.
Yair's got everything to lose. He's riding this fucking wave of momentum. He just beat a surefire Hall of Famer in BJ Penn. People know who he is.
No, I understand it,
Yeah.
but you lose to Frankie Edgar, people don't look at you differently.
I mean,
but
And Frankie Edgar beat up BJ Penn just as bad.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Frankie.
Yeah,
Okay,
better
here's the
than
thing.
BJ.
Who's the champion in that division right now?
Aldo.
Okay, what did Aldo do to Frankie Edgar several times?
Yeah.
Beat his ass. So Frankie Edgar wins, and he puts himself in title contention. Or do you want to see him fight?
Hopefully,
Yes.
Holloway would beat
I do.
Aldo.
Yeah,
and that would
exactly.
be the
Now,
match.
if Holloway wins, that opens up a shot
Exactly.
for Edgar. But
if
I'm not
Yair-
interested in seeing Frankie Edgar fight Jose Aldo
for a
again.
third time.
But that's not what I'm talking about. If Yair loses to
exactly what
Frankie,
you're talking about.
No, I'm saying if Yair loses to Frankie, his stock doesn't get diminished.
Talking to the mic.
no, it doesn't.
His stock does not get diminished.
Talking to the mic
I'm
more.
speaking into it right now.
You're talking into the power supply.
No, I can hear myself perfectly. Nick can hear me. Todd can hear me.
turn to the mic.
It's on, dude. I'm speaking right into it.
I'll turn it off.
Can you guys hear me fine?
I can hear you fine.
These guys can hear me
gotcha.
fine.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So, if Yair Rodriguez loses to Frankie Edgar, his stock does not get diminished in
I think
any
it does.
way.
I disagree.
Not in any way.
I think it does.
If he gets
Because
like
Frankie's a killer.
if he gets his ass kicked,
Yeah,
it
if
does.
he gets
but
taken down
Yeah.
and beat up, or
Sure.
if he gets beat up the whole fight, it does. But I think he's too young. If it's a decision, close decision, people will be like, oh, he's a year or two away from being there.
If it's a close fight and Frankie beats him,
It doesn't hurt him then.
it doesn't hurt him.
No.
I mean, anytime somebody gets demolished, yeah, you lose stock. But we're probably going to look at a close fight, right?
I agree.
I think
Ideally,
I
if
think
the
it-
matchmaking is right.
I think it's going to be competitive. I think really what's going to tell this entire fight is going to be the first 2 minutes.
So let's say Yair loses, right?
Okay.
You think less of him because he lost to Frankie Edgar?
Yes.
Anybody who's in a certain
Yes,
number
because
of
you know
guys-
why? Because that tells me that okay, he beat an over the hill, past his prime BJ Penn, but he lost to a guy that's lost to the champion twice now. He's not ready for that next level.
What other guys have lost to champions that have just beat the hell out of other guys? There's tons of them.
You're asking me my opinion.
If you lose
I'm
to the
giving it.
champion, there's a reason. That guy is
He's
fucking
not the
phenomenal.
Who?
And we're never just saying in general. Like you,
Okay, look, you've got the champion, you've got top contenders, and then you've got the rest. You've got this guy that's coming up. He's making a name for himself. He beats an over-the-hill, out-of-his-prime BJ Penn. Now he's coming up against a legit contender. If he loses, it's like, he's not a legit contender.
Who
he's
else is he
back
fought?
down here in the pack? Yair Rodriguez?
Yeah.
That's my point.
Fought BJ, and then he also fought who's the black dude with the afro?
Bruce Leroy?
Bruce Leroy.
Okay, so
But
he
it was
doesn't really
split
have
decision,
anybody on
split
his list.
decision. So this is the biggest fight of history.
Yeah, so
It was
Frankie
scary.
for sure then on this.
That is my point.
Okay, well now you're making sense.
My point, exactly.
You didn't make any before. Now you're doing it.
I'm a little buzzed. My point is that, if he wins, he is now legit, battle-tested, certified. He's a contender. He's a threat to the title.
Who do you have?
Yair.
Frankie.
Dare you, Frankie? Todd?
Not bad.
Frankie.
Look, Todd's doing so good on the mic tonight. Say something else, Todd.
Frankie.
Look,
Like, you see his whole body tenses up, and he's like,
my friend Zena's going to hate me for this, but fuck New Jersey, all
Is
right?
she a princess warrior?
Pennsylvania for life.
Is that her real name, Xena?
Yeah.
Oh. Does she carry a shield around?
She works for Motown Records.
Oh.
Yeah, she's cool. She's a real cool chick.
She cute?
Very, but she's a cool chick. She's
them
taken.
big old titties.
She's taken. She's a friend of mine. Stop it now.
I don't ask if she's taken. I asked if she had big old titties.
She's a friend of mine. I don't objectify my friends like that.
Oh my god! As soon as this thing shuts off, you're like, God damn, her tits are so huge.
She's a good-looking girl.
Chris has got a great ass.
That's a good ass. Next one.
Damian Maya versus Masvidal.
Fuck, that's a good fight.
Damian Maya, all day. All day.
Why are you looking like you're going to punch me in the face?
I listened to
Fuck George Masvidal.
I was listening to Luke Thomas show yesterday, and they had
Fuck Luke Thomas. He's a fucking bitch. Sorry. I know he's a friend of yours.
If
not
you start
fun.
falling out of the chair right now,
Dude, I can't stand Luke Thomas.
I'm not even. I don't even care about Luke Thomas.
why
I'm talking
even
about
why even give him a name drop
this
then?
dude's on the show. He was on his show.
He was on a show.
No, he was on the show as an interviewee, and he was mentioning that if you ask anybody who he trains with, he's considered a grappler, and that if him and Damian Maya were to, did you listen to it?
No.
If those two were to grapple, he would own Damian Maya, is what he said.
No.
He said he would beat
that's
the hell out of
I
him.
can't. The only thing that he did say, I heard, he gave some person an interview, and he said,
George Masvidal.
Maya looks so sucked out right now, and I do think he might be sucked out. He's
What are they
old.
fighting at?
170.
170.
Maya's a big dude, and if that's the case, if Masvidal can keep him off, but dude, Maya's so good if he gets you down.
Let me tell you something
He's
about
gotten screwed, too.
Hold on, Bullet's stuttering. Go ahead, let it out.
Damian Maya is one of those guys that the way that he wins by submission is clinical. It's surgical. It looks effortless. Watch his fight with a guy like Chael Sonnen, who at his prime on the gas was a beast of a wrestler. How many guys have taken Chael Sonnen down like that? Not
Maybe
many.
none.
Okay?
Do you have Damian Maya in this one?
All day. All day by anything he wants. Damian Maya, the only thing that Damian Maya has to watch out for is George Masvidal is very scrappy. He will mix it up. He does not care where the fight goes. So you have to watch out for a guy like that because just like anything else in fighting, there's going to be trepidation. Oh my God, I don't want to go with Damian Maya rather to the ground. So they're going to be fighting to avoid situations instead of trying to impose their game. George Masvidal is not going to do that. He does not care. And that's commendable.
Give me your prediction.
Damian Maya, first round submission, rear naked choke.
Nicholas?
Man, it's tough. This is probably the toughest one I think of the night.
That's a tough
truthfully.
night.
I mean,
Damian's been on a
I
roll.
really could see Masvidal because he does have pretty good wrestling. I could
Yeah.
see him really staying away and kicking a little bit, throwing some punches.
Does he have better wrestling than Chael Sonnen?
No,
Okay, thank you.
No.
He's going to take him down.
but
But
We'll
if he can
see.
set it up with good hands, that's a whole other thing.
I got Maya by a submission as well. But
I
do
will
think-
round.
call your girlfriend and tell her to hang up a dream catcher.
Honey, take the map down. We're putting a dream catcher up.
Maya.
Bullet said it was okay.
I got Maya as well. Is that the main event, the next one?
Nope.
What?
Is it co-main with Jadrzak
Yep.
and Andrade?
Oh, that's a good fight,
No.
too.
What, hold on.
I sure, you
Hold
know
on.
what?
What's the champion's name? Well, hold on, just so I can just
Hold on.
listen.
Let me
to-
just sit back. Let it loose, Todd.
What's your name?
Jedi.
Just say the name.
Jadrzak?
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh, Joanna Jurzovic.
Joe Jacek, right?
She looks a little bit like Gollum.
You know what, though? For some reason, shit out of her.
I agree. I think she's sexy. too.
Something about her. I just love.
I agree.
Hold on. Except when
I
she's
like her.
when she's in the ring,
I agree.
she looks like
Yes.
she-
Yeah, but
But-
when I
on
see her
crack.
in regular clothes, when I follow her on Instagram, she's something
agree.
about her sexy.
I
I
agree.
don't know if it's her Polish
Dude, I
accent.
texted my boy the other day. I'm like,
I got a
No
thing
way.
for Polish accents.
No way. No way. Wait a minute.
I was just teasing. It was a joke.
Talking about my future ex-wife, Katie,
Yep.
because she wants me totally.
But Joanna,
love
I
that
do
girl.
find her sexy when I look at her.
She's too white. She don't got enough curves, and she ain't got a. I like my women to look like women.
Something about her though.
I agree.
Not my thing.
I don't know if it's
about,
if it's
Wait a
her
minute.
about
eyes
splitting
or-
my face up with her elbow. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
What are you agreeing?
What's that?
Who do you have in the fight?
Who do you got?
Joanna. I
Joanna.
think
Oh,
she-
Joanna.
I have
I
Joanna all
think fourth
day.
round TKO. Because
You
I
want?
wasn't gonna
You
get
want? You
Fourth
want?
round TKO?
Yeah.
I was going second.
No, Andrade's tough.
I think she's gonna gas.
I think she's gonna punch the other chick in her vagina and give her a fat lip.
No, Joanna. The thing that I really like about Joanna is that she's not a front runner. Like when things don't go her way, she doesn't know what to do. If you watch her last couple fights, she's had to come back from a deficit of rounds, and
She's been adding a lot of grappling in now.
she's a great champ.
I saw a picture of her
very
yesterday
tough.
with Gazaria Matuda. I don't know if you've ever seen her.
yeah.
Fucking beautiful, but one of the best black belt chicks in the world, and she's been training with her for a while. It's gonna be
Oh, I
good.
thought you were gonna just say something different.
What do you think I was gonna say?
One of the best black chicks in the world, and I was gonna say.
And you
that-
don't know who Gazaria Matuda is?
I was gonna just say Jada Fire was always one of my
Who's
favorites.
Jada Fire?
Jada Fire, porn star.
Shit.
Hey,
You never had chocolate, did you?
No.
Mm.
Nick, have you had chocolate?
nah,
No.
I've been to some obviously chocolate strip clubs. in
I don't
Philly,
think I've
but-
ever had a chocolate woman interested in me other than the one time I was in taking a train at what's the mall that's downtown?
So what's the main event?
No, hold on. What's the mall that's downtown?
The Gallery.
The gallery. I went down. I went in the library. I had a white shirt on. My head was shaved, and I had stubble. And I walk in, and this black chick starts going, "Jason Statham," and she started like clapping. It's like, "Jason Statham, can I get a picture?" I'm
Ben
like,
Affleck.
I'm not that guy.
That's awesome.
Who's the main event? Myosic versus
Stipe versus Junior.
I think
a tough one.
I think we're gonna have.
I think Dos Santos.
a new, and once again,
new.
he guaranteed that he's gonna knock out Miocic.
Wow.
You know, you can guarantee
I
a
was
piece
a-
of shit.
Dos Santos lost it.
Still a piece of shit.
You can put it in a box with a fancy.
I think Dos Santos lost his way for a little while once he became champion.
Without a doubt, he let the limelight and everything get to him.
Dude, you also got the shit beat out of him for 10 straight rounds.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, he did. Holy
Beat out
fucking
of him.
But
shit!
like old Dos Santos
Yeah.
would have never taken a beating from Big Country the same way. He would have never taken one from who's the guy with Brown Pride? I don't even like to know his name in my head.
Fuck that guy, Kane.
Kane.
Fuck him.
Like, I like Dos Santos.
Oh, yeah.
I
like both guys.
My money's on him for this fight. I'm excited for this.
I think Stipe's, I think he's on a run. I think he's going to win. I really do. I think he's just feeling it. I mean,
You think Stipe's got it?
that first fight.
Put the
when
phone away. Who are you texting?
I'm just clearing out all this shit. Just keep going.
When I watched that first fight, I remember I was at a restaurant. Me and my boy were watching it. Or at a bar. And, dude, that was one of the best heavyweight fights of all time. Him in the first one. I remember we were
Yeah.
watching it. We're like, it was like third,
That's
fourth,
pretty
fifth
exciting.
round. And we're like, dude, what the like, they're just swinging. And they're
Where'd you
hitting
go
each
to
other.
watch the fights at?
It was at right by Drexel. It's
Buffalo Wild Wings?
No.
Because Todd and I won't
Solid.
go to Buffalo Wild Wings
No.
anymore.
No, I've been there for
Tell
a
'em why.
fight. I've been there for a fight before.
Because they microwave their chicken.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's not right.
That's
really?
what we've been told. We've been told. Now,
all beat up.
not the regular-
Hold on.
not
The people that told us were from a competitor.
Okay.
But they said it with enough confidence that we
did.
looked it up. And we
You were
found out,
saying it.
and we're
Lot
talking
of
about the
complaints.
boneless stuff because that's just the ones we eat all the
A
time.
lot of
You don't
complaints.
do
Totally,
bones? You don't do bones?
totally off topic here. Totally off topic. What are you doing on Saturday afternoon? Early afternoon.
Are we getting tattoos?
I was gonna say we could all go out to get something to eat. Maybe get some.
We could do that, and we could
soup.
videotape it.
Get some faux soup. You ever
We're
like?
good.
Fast soup?
And just so you know, Nick, we're starting to put more content out. Like next week, I'm going to teach Bullet how to iron.
I've never
No
ironed a
way.
shirt.
He's
Are
got
you
it.
serious?
He's got an iron coming next week from Amazon.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
You never ironed a
I'm
shirt?
gonna teach him how to be an adult.
That thing's going to be making grilled cheese.
We should call it Adulting 101 with Bullet.
Oh, that would be great. Can you come up with a logo for that?
What is it again?
Adulting 101 with
Adulting?
Bullet and the
Yes.
kid.
You make your bed?
I do make my bed every day. Yeah, I'm very clean and very neat, but I've never.
What are some home things that you wish you could be better at?
I bet he sleeps on top of the sheets.
No, I don't. No.
Yeah, that's why he jizzes on him when he jerks off.
No. My apartment is a reflection of me. I've never really taken too much stock into my personal appearance, because
Well, that's clear.
no. In all seriousness, so I've never ironed clothes or anything like that. I don't know how to iron clothes.
Huh.
What other normal, like everyday stuff that you're just not?
Do we
want
to finish that last fight before?
I got Dos Santos,
Dos Santos, definitely.
Dos Santos.
eBay.
Yeah, what does he know?
and we're way over time, but we're gonna keep going. As far as home, like I feel like Nick's probably very good at doing the stuff that he needs to do. Right?
I lived on my own since I was 8 because of school. I never went home.
Because
with
since you were
Drexel.
8.
18.
Oh, okay.
So
He said 8.
Yeah, he did. He did say 8.
You said 8, asshole.
So
all right.
you learn how to do your laundry, do all the other stuff.
I know how to do laundry.
But you don't know how to iron a shirt?
I feel like ironing is an important part.
It's very important.
I iron
look,
t-shirts. I iron
my
I iron
whole-
t-shirts too.
my
There's a
whole-
wrinkle in it.
You can't have wrinkles.
Nick, you
man.
care about yourself,
you
right?
You can't wear wrinkles, man.
You
It's
can't wear
sloppy.
wrinkles.
My
It
whole-
says a lot about you.
But my whole look is like I'm
Wrinkled?
from the wrong side of the tracks. I'm like the bad boy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm the Dynamo Kid. This is my friend Nick, and this is Bullet. He's from the other side.
He's from the other side of the tracks, and I'm like,
They don't have any iron boards.
no, they don't even power, Nick.
no, I've never ironed.
What other
shirts.
shit would you like to do that you know I can do? There's got to be a shitload of stuff.
Jesus.
I wouldn't say shitload of stuff.
There's got to be a lot of stuff that you don't normally do. Like ironing. Are you good at cooking?
Yeah, I'm very good. Well, do you think I got fat by accident?
Well, usually getting fat, you're eating a lot of crap.
Yeah, that's true. No, like I never.
You know, I'm going to teach you my signature salmon recipe.
I don't like seafood.
What do you do? Do you smoke it? You grill it?
Nick,
What
I don't
do
want to
you do?
just put that out there.
Okay,
I don't-
You know,
my fault. My fault.
maybe we'll do
You're
it
an
one day.
artist.
We'll have like a barbecue episode.
Yeah, please.
So this Saturday, or maybe not this Saturday, but I'm going to order the iron tomorrow. We'll set up, and you'll show me how to iron,
And then we'll go to eat.
and then we can go to
And
eat.
whatever waitress waits on us, we'll tell her that you just learned how to iron, and we'll see how they react.
And he's going to wear the ironed shirt.
Yes.
I do have it. It's a Western shirt too.
I iron everything.
Do you think it's weird that I wear cowboy boots? Because I keep getting told by people like, "That's fucking weird that you wear
Why is it
cowboy
weird?
boots." I don't know.
I see guys in work boots that don't work.
You're wearing a kilt right now.
I'm Scottish,
That's
fuckface.
Todd's Irish.
Yeah, well, Scottish is better than Irish. Oh, let me count the ways. We made whiskey first. We talked Gaelic first.
Don't care.
Got the English out of our fucking
How do you know that?
towns.
Don't care.
How do I know that?
No.
It's, I don't know. It's called history. What's it?
Scotland never had a potato famine.
Yeah, we never had a
Yeah,
potato
Mr.
famine.
Potato Head.
I do. I collect Mr. Potatoes.
You do?
Yeah, actually, I do. That's not a lie.
I didn't know that yesterday when I insulted it. Like I copied Nick in.
Well, we
that
got a video of the potato head collection.
Yeah, we got to do that. You know what we should do? We should do a Cribs episode.
I have
That's
had.
true.
I have
That's
had.
true.
I have had different Mr. Potato Heads.
We'll go
on
to
all
your
of
house.
my bass amps.
We're gonna do a Cribs episode. We'll come to your house. We'll walk around. Then we'll go to Nick's house. We'll see his map,
Please, I'll show you it.
and then we'll do one.
I'm gonna say two things about that. Number one, my place is definitely gonna be smaller. But number two,
Short episode.
it's definitely gonna be much cooler.
He's got a lot of cool stuff. Other than one thing I would
It's
replace
alright.
is the leather couch that's just completely worn out.
I'm getting a new one tomorrow. Asshole.
Are you really?
face.
It's
Yeah.
coming through Amazon.
It's called Quarterly Bonus. No, it's gonna come from the Diamond Furniture right next door to my house.
That's still there.
So maybe Saturday we do like some sort of side episode.
Feel that shit. Feel
right?
it.
Solid.
It's not done. It's not solid. You don't have to lie. But thanks. I
Sorry.
appreciate it.
It wasn't.
There's video of Nick lying on camera.
I know he's like this. He's
Actually-
like.
The video showed Nick's thumb going in.
I thought I saw it come out the other side.
My legs are solid though.
Oh yeah, when you carry that much weight around, there's gonna be solid.
No, but just check this shit out. Hold on.
Lift the kilt up.
Jesus.
Like a lady. Lift the kilt up.
Are you really not wearing underwear?
No, I'm not.
Turn around and show. Put it on the camera.
Feel them quads there for real.
Nick looks so uncomfortable.
Pretty fucking solid.
That's pretty
Right?
solid. I'm scared which way. He's wearing a kilt. He's not wearing underwear. I don't know where it's leaning.
No, I'm wearing underwear. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
Like
Look,
underoos. I picture you with like
thong.
Oh, he's got
Thong.
green underwear
Oh,
on.
nice.
So
my quads are pretty fucking solid.
So
From one, picking up the weight, like you said.
Yeah.
But also a lot of bicycle riding and a lot of elliptical.
I
So-
gotcha.
And a lot of yoga poses.
Let's do this, right?
I'm drunk.
Maybe we get
I'm
together over
sorry.
the weekend. We will videotape an episode of us teaching Bullet how to do something.
Adulting 101.
Adulting 101, and maybe we get a meal together in the afternoon. If you have watched the show tonight,
Please share it.
please share it. If you're a fan of Nick Grinhams, go watch him at his next comedy special, which is where?
Dude, I'm lining up dates for the summer. Lining up dates right now.
Check those
I'll let
dates
you
out.
know.
Check those dates
Lining
out.
them up.
We didn't talk about that enough. I apologize.
No.
No, not at
I
all.
told Nick at the beginning,
Yeah.
like tonight, he's just a guest. He's hanging out. He's
All
part of
good,
the
man.
crew now.
All good.
He's part of the crew. Part of the crew. So when he starts getting the dates together, we'll set those up.
For
We'll
sure.
get them out. Nick's going to be with us on June 23rd at Extreme Cage Combat.
You really coming out that?
Yeah.
Dude, please.
Awesome.
that'd be
We're going to get him to
Seriously, I'd
talk to
love
some people, so he'll
We're
do
going to
some
be down the road
interviews.
from Steve's.
There's
Princess
so much
Steaks.
talent at
Hell yeah.
There's so much talent
yeah,
at Extreme
dude.
Cage Combat. You're going to have a ton of people that you're going to talk to that in 6 months to a year from now are going to
sure.
be huge.
Dude, I'm pumped. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's gonna
would
be
still-
awesome.
I would still love to see a tattoo episode.
We're going to do a tattoo episode. Bolt's
Sweet.
going to get his knuckles done.
And we're also
Nice.
I'm
going
going to add more stuff to my chest
Let's
tattoo.
go.
We're going to do another one. We're going to do. We're going to teach Chris how to write a song.
We're going to teach Chris how to
Wow.
write a song. Who's Chris?
The kid.
Okay.
Who's your
Or-
buddy from?
Zach.
Zach.
Zach is phenomenally talented.
Yeah,
We'll
gotta-
add him in as well. You know, we're gonna.
Yeah.
I
We
think
gotta have him
do.
back in.
And I
Turn his,
Wow.
turn
sing
the
it with me. Come on, I thought you were gonna chime in.
No, I can't do it
We'll
with that.
always
Thank you for watching.
love you.
Hold, let me just do the exit music so this way I don't have to add it in
And
post.
I-
Wow, this is really bad.
This Todd. Somebody join me. Nick. Anybody?
No singer.
Fuck y'all.
Is there anything that you all want to say? Like, please like our
Please share us.
share us.
If we could quit our day jobs at some point, that would be fucking awesome. Thank you.
Is there nothing else?
No, that's it.
Good. Dude, fun episode.